Hi, Logan. That's a good piece. There's no doubt. Visually, it's really stunning. Very, very nice work. I think the background just is a home run. Nice job. And also the type treatment. I think the type treatment's fantastic. I think the type is that the font that you've picked it really adds this nice fantasy feel to the piece. So I think the type is perfect. It was a good idea to offset that type with the white in the background. I want to try something. I want to pull the white in front of the blue. And the reason I'm saying that is because I think the blue it makes it really difficult to read. I'm not convinced you need the blue. Let's turn off the blue and take a look at the white. So, the thing is that I think that the white looks great. I think this type of typeface is the stroke width is so narrow, and there's such small, minute areas of the typeface. And typeface like this is really super difficult to remain legible while adding type effects. So I think it was a good idea not to. As a matter of fact, I think that was a wonderful choice, and just to add that blue. However, I think the blue's a little difficult to read, so I'm okay if you leave it at white. Tell you another interesting thing that you might do is just come over here, take your eyedropper tool. Hang on one second. Sorry about that. What I was saying is take your eyedropper tool and maybe sample one of these nice, beautiful orange yellow colors and use that for the type. That'll draw a nice connection, a good visual continuation between the lights and the actual type itself. Or experiment around. There's a couple of different other areas that you might consider for your type. So just use your eyedropper tool, click around, make sure you're not too dark because you won't be able to read, and make sure you don't sample colors from right around behind the type because that will interfere with the color of the type. And I'm thinking maybe this light green, maybe one of these light yellows or these tan browns. Try something like that. I think that'll improve the visual harmony. The blue's not bad at all. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. It's just a little dark. It doesn't provide enough contrast to really delineate those very fragile letter forms. So try it and let me know what you think. Okay. Yes, that would be one recommendation. The other thing that's missing from the file is the requirements for M5T2. If we jump over to M5T2, we can see right here is the submit an unflattened PSD. For this task, you will be required to use at least 2 adjustment layers clipped to the appropriate layer they are adjusting. You know how to do that, right? And then we did that in the preparation for the magazine cover. Remember the girl we changed her glasses and used the puppet warp? Remember we added an image to that and clipped an adjustment layer to that? That's the same thing. So you just need to clip 2 adjustment layers to the appropriate layers they're adjusting. Okay, so if we take a look at this, we could say, I thought that you have these color fills, but I don't see them doing anything. Oh, I see. Those are the feet. Okay, got it. But those aren't necessarily clipped. Oh, you know what? I'm seeing you want to remove those layers that are turned off because even though they're turned off, they still add to file size. So you want to delete those from your file, your final file. At any rate, as I was saying, you have to clip adjustment layers to 2 individual layers, okay? The other thing, and really super important, is you have to add 2 corrections layers. You'll need to correct the flaws to at least 2 images in your design. And you want to use dedicated labeled correction layers to do that. And in order to learn how to do that, I want you to review this Here's How video. It shows you exactly what to do to maintain editability while creating the corrections layers. It's something that's not covered in the book, so this is the only place you're going to find it. It's actually an industry standard in terms of adding corrections layers. You don't want to embed the correction layer in the file, so you need to create a dedicated layer to hold those corrections. And again, it's all in the video, so be sure to review that. So in summary, my recommendation is to consider a different typeface color, something that will provide a little more contrast to make it a little more visible, a little more readable. That, add 2 adjustment layers clipped to the layers they are adjusting, and of course add 2 dedicated repair layers that are labeled. And it just shows you, again, it shows you how to label them and what to call them. So that's what I'd like to see for your final submission, Logan. If you have any questions, please let me know. But those are really super important changes to include to the file. Okay, thank you very much.